Yo, 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 yo. The boys is back, man. Speaking Peace Crew is back in the building. I'd like to welcome everybody to the episode. It's been a long time coming. But we are back in here officially. Um, this is something that we've been talking about, fellas, for a minute. So we back at it. Got some nice topics to talk about. I'm your host, BC, as you already know. And we got my fellas with me tonight. Drew, introduce yourself, my brother.
Going on, everyone? My name is Andrew, big Jets fan, love sports.
Okay.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, I don't know about no Jets though, but we'll let you handle that. But David, go ahead, my brother. Shout yourself out.
My name is David. Super Bowl champs. All y'all beneath me, but
Oh, it's only one bird. Y'all know that. All right.
yeah, they the champs.
Last but not least, Smooth in the building.
What's up, everybody? It's Smooth. David act like he was on the team last year.
All I
I'm
know
happy
is
to.
I need CMC to be healthy for me. That's another topic for another day.
Facts.
All right. Yes. All right, fellas. So let's get into it. It's a long NFL season. A lot of things have happened since the last time we was on here, but we're going to talk with the recent topics. So let's get into the first topic. So Jerry Jones the Clown, all right? That's his new nickname. Matter of fact, that's his new name. We ain't calling him Jerry Jones. It's Jerry Jones the Clown, all right? And as the audience should know, there was some NFL news that happened, of course. Michael Parsons being traded from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. And what did they get in return? Well, they got, I'd say, a penny or two and a defensive tackle that's pretty good, but not equivalent to Michael Parsons. But we're going to let the fellas chime in and speak their piece on this. So, Dave, I'm going to start with you. As a Eagles fan, I know you were happy because I called you when the news broke. So I know you was happy when this happened. But tell us how you feel, man. How you feel about the trade and everything that transpired.
I feel good about the trade. I don't know what Dallas is doing, but to trade away Marco Parsons for what they got is crazy. They could have got more, in my opinion, from the Packers. Um, yeah, they only got 2 first round and Kenny Clark. He's a good player, but he's not nothing compared to Marco Parsons. I figured they would get a draft haul for him, but they didn't. So it's just Cowboys being Cowboys.
Facts. Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not so much surprised that he was traded, but more so surprised he was traded within the conference. That's part that was really puzzling for me. Um, yeah, yeah, he should have been traded out of the conference so you don't have to deal with him. And as David mentioned, they did not get nearly what they could have or should have, gotten from compensation wise for him.
Facts. Agreed. All right, Smooth. How you feel about that?
Um, I guess everybody was saying that it was such a bad thing that Jerry let Micah go. But why was it bad? Did he help them win anything? They were losing with him. I don't think I don't think him going is gonna make any difference. He might be the best pass rusher, one of the best pass rushers in the game, but the jury's still out on him knowing how to stop the run. They saying that's his biggest weakness. So all right, they let him go, but they almost won that first game. and they looked like they was able to operate without him. So I don't know. I don't know if it's as such a bad move as everybody's painting it to be, because you know, they're gonna lean heavily on their offense anyway, and
Yeah.
try to get situational stops on defense. And I think they could do that now with the players that they got. And if you were this close to beating the champs on opening night, I think you in a good position. I think Mike is a good player. We all knew that Jerry Jones was a clown, but I kind of think Mike is a clown too. You know, I don't think he's half as good as he could be if he was just to focus on football. But he's balancing two careers right now. Podcasting and playing football. So who knows? I think Dallas did. They might not have wanted to do that, but they did it, and I think they're still in the same boat as they were last year. They got a chance, they got talent, but who knows what they'll do with that talent?
Yeah.
Do you think they got enough
Good point.
compensation for him?
We said they.
Do you think they got enough, like from the trade?
I guess we'll find that out in the draft, depending on who they draft depending on who they trade those draft picks for. Who knows? They said that when a long, long time ago, when I was just a wee child, a wee lad, that when they traded Herschel Walker, that was the worst trade ever. And then they ended up winning three Super Bowls after that.
Yeah, but do you know how many picks they got for that?
I know they got a lot, but still, who knows what's gonna happen with these two number one picks that they traded for? So anything can happen. Who knows?
Okay.
I think right now, from what I've seen from this first game, they're in the same position that they were when they had him.
I mean, they ain't gonna
Undefeated.
win nothing until Jerry Jones is gone, so that's not gonna happen.
All right, but this is my thing on it. Good points, y'all. But I mean, Michael Parsons has been in the league for 4 years. Okay, he's 26 years old. I mean, they obviously traded away when he's still in his prime or whatever. I think he had 52 sacks within the last 4 years that he's been in Dallas. Okay, that's good production. Now, I think the question that y'all presented was, did they get enough for him? I don't think so. I mean, I know the guy they got from the Green Bay Packers, the defensive tackle. He's a solid guy, but to trade away, to me, possibly a future Hall of Famer, um, he still got a lot of meat on the bone, so to speak. He's still, 26 years old, and you traded him away for nothing. I don't know
Yeah.
about that. I don't know about that. You don't just up and do that. And I don't care, Jerry Jones. We know how Jerry Jones' ego is. He's a clown. That's what the banner says. Y'all see that. But the fact that you traded away, your best player on the defensive side, and you could have all worked this out by just paying the man, simply paying the man. You paid CD his money, even though you gave him some issues. Obviously, we know about that. He's giving him issues with his money, but he still paid him. So you couldn't tuck your tail in, so to speak, and pay Micah? Come on now. I don't know about that. I mean, and then who in the draft? I mean, I don't know who's going to be the future prospects coming up, but is there anybody equivalent to a Michael Parsons in the draft? I mean, do y'all watch college football like that to know? I mean, the next year draft, who they looking at? Because I don't
we
see
don't know
nobody replacing.
season. We don't know because it's still early
Yeah.
in the season. So
Yeah,
I think Jerry gonna try to get Arch Manning if he can.
Knowing him, yeah, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. But that's embarrassing. When I knew it was broke, I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
yeah, me too.
I was in shock. In shock, man. But like I said, to have that production 52 sacks in the last 4 years. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, he's 26 years old. I just don't get that one. Don't get that one at all. Y'all got any
I don't
further
know.
comments on this?
I don't know. I don't feel the same way about Micah Parsons. I guess
But
from a
would you
pure
agree? Go ahead.
I from a pure talent perspective, yeah, he's talented, but you know, I don't like the way he operates. I don't like the way he plays the game. So, you know, yeah, he's talented, but there's been a lot of talented players in the NFL that, man, if they was focused, they would have been greats. I mean, greats. You know, I think about people like what's his name that kept getting kicked out for smoking weed.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon, and
Oh
he
yeah,
could have
Josh
been
Gordon.
he could have been a great just off of raw talent, but just his approach to the game is why he wasn't able to, you know, thrive the way he could have. And I feel the same way about Micah Parsons. I feel like, you know, even though he's been in the league, you said 4 years, he could have been like found ways to fix those holes in his game, you know, so that, you know, it's clear cut that anybody, whoever's team he's on, needs him. And the fact that somebody said was willing to let him go, you know, I'd take that as a personal insult. So I don't know if that's going to show in his game, or, you know, if whenever he runs into those complete teams with the running back, if they do what they always do and just run at him, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a good player, but, you know, until he fixes, you know, how he plays or improves the way he plays, because he plays pretty great already, just rushing the quarterback. You know, when you get late into the playoffs and you face those complete teams like a Kansas City or like a San Francisco or Philadelphia, you know, they already know how to play the game when you're in the game, how to make you ineffective. So, you know, he's good, but I think Dallas is going to be okay.
And I think it's crazy that Dallas traded him to the team that they beat him, blew him out. That's wild.
Yeah. The team that beat him in the playoffs.
Shoot, man.
It's a lot of crazy things we've seen. You know, Saquon going to the Eagles. That's another one. But, yeah.
Did y'all get a report about us trying to get Michael Parsons?
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, I saw that. Man,
y'all lost your mind.
Man, if y'all would have got Michael Parsons, oh my God.
Oh man, it would have been okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, that would have been a crazy D line. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not really important. I was just thinking there's just something wrong in the city of Dallas right now for you to trade Michael Parsons and for the Mavericks to trade away Luka.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
It's the
same year.
I don't know what's going on in Dallas. What's in the water? If that water from Flint, Michigan is floating down to Dallas somehow. But it's something going on down there.
Yeah, I agree, man. And you know, another thing I just want, kind of off topic for a minute, but how y'all feel about Jalen Carter spitting on Dak, man?
That was a dumb move.
Oh man, I couldn't believe that when they slow mode it, on TV, and they show him actually like spitting on dude.
That's crazy.
Oh my God,
that's so clear,
man.
Yeah, and people were saying that Dak spit at him. Dak did not spit at him.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
No.
And that's why he smiled. That's why he smiled after he did it.
I don't think Dak was trying to spit at him.
Nah, I don't think so either. Nah.
It's not really about who spit. It's about who got caught spitting. So, I think he could have went about it a whole different way. He could have caught him like while he was under a pile or something. He could have got him good then, but to retaliate in plain sight of a referee, that's the dumb part.
Hey man, they said he had character issues coming out, so
He did.
Nah.
He did. He
I don't
had
think
character
he
issues. But I love it though. Not
You
the
think
not
he
the
has
spinning
character?
part. Just the character, because you need somebody with a little edge. You know what I'm saying? Especially playing on the defensive line.
yeah,
Gotta
but not
have
that edge, not that kind of.
But
edge.
not exactly. Nah. I ain't agreeing with the whole spitting part.
I don't think that requires edge. I think spitting on somebody is like probably the utmost form of disrespect.
This is the covenant right here, y'all.
Like,
They don't need. No one needs
Right.
3 brothers. Not 1, not 2,
Not lying.
not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5,
Not lying.
not 7. Well, y'all spit on me. Ooh, like I said,
Yeah, them
that is
fighting
a better
words.
man. Yeah, that's like the ultimate disrespect, though.
It
Have
is.
somebody spit on you. I mean, that's man. And like I said,
Yeah.
Jalen, you can't let your emotions get that to the point where you just spit on, bro. That's ridiculous. And I personally don't think Dak was trying to spit on him, because if you look at it, even in this interview, he was like, his lineman was right there and he spit on the ground. And he didn't want to spit on them, so he spit it like right in front of him, but it was on the ground though. I
Yeah,
guess Jalen looked at that like he tried to spit on me first, but I don't think that's what it was. I think that was Jalen knew what he was going to do. Like David said, he had character issues and stuff, so he's kind of on edge anyway. But I look at him as the next, I'm not going to pronounce his first name, but y'all know Sue in Detroit. Yeah. I think he's going to be like that, man. Great talent, but he's going to have some issues, though. Yep. But good points, though, fellas. Good points. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Can the Kansas City Chiefs rebound from the Super Bowl loss from last season? Now, I'll be honest. I went to a Super Bowl party, and it was probably me and 2 or 3 other people that was rooting for the Chiefs. Everybody else was Eagles fans. So, y'all know I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan. I wanted him to three-peat, but he didn't happen. He got his tail whooped.
Mhm.
I ain't going to, but I'm going to, of course, say my piece for the end and let y'all get on. Drew, we'll start with you, man. How do you feel about the Chiefs' season this year, and do you think they can rebound from last year's tail whooping?
Well, the last time they, lost in the Super Bowl, ironically, they were blown out, and there was similar issues as to why they lost that game. O-line issues, that whole bit, and then what did they do that off season? They fixed the offensive line, and another 2, right after that. So until we see otherwise, I have to say that they could, they'll be able to bounce back, from it.
Yeah. Smooth, what you think? I know you.
I sure hope they don't bounce back.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
I know one thing
Wonder
though.
why that is.
If the first game was any like indicator of what the season's gonna be like, they gotta fix some stuff, because I know people like to give Patrick Mahomes his credit, and he's a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league. But one of the main reasons why they keep winning is because of that defense. And if the people in the league, teams in the league, figure out how to pick apart that defense and how to get past Steve Spagnuolo's schemes, I think they're going to be in trouble because last year they weren't really blowing teams out. You know, they got a great quarterback that knows how to win when it's time to win, and so they went in by single digits. You know, 3, 4, 5 points. They're winning. They're barely skating by. So, you know, unless they figure out a way to get that offense going like they did when they had Tyreek, I think they're going to be in trouble. You know, and you got you look at their division. You know, not just because the Chargers beat them. I just think because the Chargers got Justin Herbert and they got the quarterback whisperer, Jim Harbaugh. You know, there to unlock his potential. That's a scary team. I'm not really worried about the Raiders right now, but you know, you can't really count them out with Geno as their quarterback. Then you got the Broncos and Bo Nix in their division too, so you know it's not going to be a cakewalk just getting out of their division, and then forget about Lamar and Joe and Josh. You know, waiting for him in the playoffs, and you know, however many times they meet during the season. So it's not going to be a cakewalk like everybody thinks. And then everybody's older now too. So you know, unless the young players figure out how to unlock their game and make this offense more explosive, I think the Chiefs going to be in trouble this year.
Yeah. Good point. Dave, it's on you.
Yeah, I think they vulnerable this year. Just from looking at that first game, their defense isn't as good as they used to look. Um, you can see in that first game, the cornerback room isn't good either. So the only true corner they have is Trent McDuffie. So, and if you look at it, they receivers, they have no receivers, which they haven't had the past few years. And you got to also figure out that Sidney Rice? He's not coming back for another 6 games. So there's a possibility that
Oh,
they would not go back to the AFC Championship.
yeah.
They look vulnerable this year.
You know, I'm a realist at the end of the day.
From week 1.
They do. They didn't look good. They didn't look all that hot. And Xavier Worthy got hurt. I'm really not I don't know what all the hype is around him anyway. I think he's too small. I don't know if he's gonna, hold up in the whole NFL season because he's so small, man. He's fast, but it just seemed like I know Travis Kelce ran into him, but I don't really see the big hype around him. But he's going for, most of the season from what I heard. And like you said, Dave, Rashee Rice is out. Then you got Hollywood Brown. Really? Hollywood Brown as your number one receiver?
He can't catch.
Have fun with that. And then Travis Kelce, he's a shell of himself. We all know he's getting married, so he ain't got time for football. Just like Nicole said. I like that. Art Willow, Andy Reid chickens are coming home to roost. Yeah, it ain't looking too good right now. Now I will say this though. The Chiefs can get back to the Super Bowl if they made one trade and one trade only. And y'all may know who I'm talking about. He's a receiver down there in Miami.
I knew it.
And he ain't looking too hot down there in Miami either. Because the team done turned on him after what happened last year. After quitting on his team. So I'm just letting y'all know, keep an eye on that. Because anything is possible, like KG said. So just keep an eye on that. Now, if they make a trade and they do that, then they have a very good chance in going back. I'm just say that. Because you bringing back a familiar piece that Pat Mahomes know, you know, along with Rashid Rice, they're going to come back after 6 games. Yeah, that's like a very, you know, I can see that happening if they do that. But currently, right now, I don't see them rebounding. You know, it's too many good teams in the AFC. We just seen the Chargers whoop their tail. So, and Justin Herbert looked good last night.
He did. I like the
Well,
fact
not last
that
night.
he used his legs. I like the fact that he used
Yeah.
his legs.
Yeah. So, Keenan Allen looked like Keenan Allen from a few years ago. Larry McConkey looked good. You know, the rookie that got Hampton from NC, he looked good. So, yeah, man. Here's another comment. David, here you go. As a longtime Eagles fan, I think you knew Reed before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another one. How many Atlanta can the Chiefs? Yeah, they seem to yeah. I forgot about Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of folks are on that team. But yeah. But any more comments though, fellas, before we move on? If not, we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which is your boys, David. Philly. Will the Eagles repeat as Super Bowl champs? And you know who I'm going to start with on this one because we got an Eagles fan here. So, David, I'm going to let you chime in on this one, man.
Of course we can. But
He gonna say
our
that.
defense needs to step up. Our defense do truly need to step up. I didn't like the fact that the Dallas Cowboys was able to run on us. After Jalen Carter went out, we didn't have no consistent pass rush. So, and our cornerback two is looking pretty suspect. So, mainly my focus on defense. On offense, I just think that our coordinator just need more time because this is his first year calling plays. So, he's gonna have to, you know, he's gonna have his ups and downs because it's just his first time calling plays on offense, as far as the offensive coordinator. So, and we got to stick to running the ball. We cannot be a passing team. We cannot be a passing team. Stick to running the ball.
Saquon didn't look too smooth himself, though. Yep. All right, Smooth.
No.
What's
Wonder why that is.
Is he jealous?
I'm sorry. I was supposed to let you ask the question. My bad.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Will the Eagles repeat as Super Bowl champs? No. Won't happen. Not this year. Maybe another year, but not this year. You know, I don't believe in the Eagles. Now, what I will say about the Eagles, so that I can sound like I'm impartial, is that they are probably one of the most complete teams in the NFL. You know, I'll give them their props. So they have the potential to repeat, but there's a lot of complete teams in the NFL, including one in San Francisco. You know, impartially, of course. Impartially, I'm saying.
Impartially? Are you really saying that right now?
Partially, of course. You know, they say that the Eagles got the best running back in the league. I would say he's like 1B. You know,
he's 1A. Don't do that.
That's if the other guy in San Francisco is healthy or sick or, you know, injured like he often is. You know, so I think that
Thank you, Art. Thank you, Art.
I don't know, fool, man. I don't know about CMC, man. I mean,
Thank
he
you for your
good.
comments, Art.
But the good thing about that situation is that's why we picked up Brian Robinson for a reason. So, we knew something like CMC going down from injury is gonna happen. So, the Eagles got a lot to run into, and I've seen from the past couple of years that the only time that the Eagles aren't successful is when their defense is weak. So, if they got some chinks in their armor on defense, they can be had. And if you're almost losing to the Cowboys, man,
It's a division game, bro. What do you
maybe
expect?
it's still the Cowboys. It's still the Cowboys. So
It's a division game.
I hear what you're saying. But it was the Cowboys with no Micah. With
Okay.
no Micah neither. So, y'all might be in trouble or not. Who knows? Will you repeat as Super Bowl champs? Nah.
Go ahead, Drew. What you got on this?
Will it? The question was, what the potential is there, of course, but there, if you want to call it a hole on their team, is their defense, that secondary, as we saw early on, and even in that game, the other night, the Cowboys attacked the corner that replaced Slay, right? So that was what they should have kept going to all night, even though we did see some really bad drops. So that definitely helped in the Eagles' favor. But defensively, as was mentioned, there's some kinks there. In fact, let's be honest, the Rams, out of all the teams last year in the playoffs, the Rams gave them the most hits. In fact, they almost won that game in the playoffs. So you can see their defense is, there's something they need to shore up. The defense, likely in the secondary, the defensive line, their defensive line will be solid. We already know about their offense, that whole bit. So defensively, they can get it right at corner. Yeah, the potential to get back is possible. Of course, there are some other teams that may have a say about that. Green Bay, Washington. We'll see what it is with what's out there, defensive coordinators. But the potential is there. But it's not easy to repeat. Everything has to go right, and we'll see how they do on the defensive end. Just quickly, what was mentioned about the week one, the matchup with the Cowboys, almost beating them. The best time to play like the Eagles or the Chiefs, teams like that, is very early on in the season. That's the best time to pick them off because we come back around this time, Thanksgiving. That's going to be a different Eagles team.
Yeah. And I disagree with you about that defensive line. The defensive line without Carter is trash. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I was saying with him.
Okay. Yeah, because we didn't get no pressure.
No.
And they was running the ball on us.
Yeah. Let's get into some of these comments too. I like this one here. Carter don't spit is a blowout.
That's how you really feel, Art.
Oh man. Oh, that's from Jalen. Said Jalen Carter needs to get his attitude together. I think they are going back to the Super Bowl. Okay.
Out of the mouth of a 10-year-old.
Jalen Carter won that Rams game too. I don't know, fellas. I don't think they're repeating. I don't think y'all going back, David. From what I've seen, I know it's the first game of the season, but CeeDee Lamb had a field day, and if he didn't drop them passes, the game was over. Just to let y'all know that. Philly wasn't winning that game if CeeDee just caught that last
pass,
that go route that he had.
Yeah.
If he caught that, the game was over. And I will say this, and I think the delay they had with the weather kind of threw some things off too, but I just think the Eagles, from what I saw Thursday, Saquon, I mean, it could be just rust, but he didn't look all too good to me. I mean, he seemed like to me they ran him to the ground last year, which could cause some problems in the season. Y'all know he got an injury history, so I did see some of his backups coming in. They may be a rotational thing. I don't know, but I don't think Saquon's going to get as many carries as he did last year. AJ Brown, just one target. Like, are we serious? Just one?
Yeah.
Just one. I mean, that's embarrassing to be, that type of receiver. We know he's one of the top guys in the league, and you only had just one target. Come on. I mean, that's not what Super Bowl champs do. And I know it's just the first game, but it just, from what I saw, I didn't look too thrilled. And y'all cornerback too, man. What y'all gonna do with that?
I have no idea.
Because I'm like, because other teams gonna look at that.
Dallas lost the game more than we won the game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
And plus, like you said, we really didn't get our playmakers involved on offense. That's why we stalled out in the second half.
Yep. Nicole said, I felt the pain from that game. I had the Eagles D and Devontae on my fantasy football squad out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah. And we know Jalen Hurts, which is going to lead us to our next conversation about Jalen Hurts. Let's get right to it. Is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback? No, he's not top 5. He's not top 5, fellas. I'm gonna let y'all get into it, but he's right out the gate. He's not that guy for me. And before I let y'all go, I'll just say this. He took them to 2 Super Bowls. We know about that. He won 1 out of the 2. But as y'all gonna speak your piece on this, y'all gonna probably agree. We know that he's in a very great situation. That's why he's so successful. Now, let's just say if the tables were turned where you had Jalen Hurts on the Chiefs, do you think he'll be successful? I don't think so, because you got to have everything right for him to be good. But I'm gonna hold some of my points for me. I'm gonna let y'all go on this. So, Andrew, we'll start with you on this one, brother. Is he top 5 in your opinion? And we got some Eagles fans watching, so be careful what you say.
I know, right? Yeah.
Be careful.
I know, right?
Man.
If I say yes, it's like, yeah. If I say no, yeah, I'm a hater, right? So, I think he's in that 6 to 10. I think he's in that 6 to 10. I definitely give you top 10. But now I'm trying to figure out, like, who the other, obviously with Holmesboro, Allen Jackson. I was trying to figure out who would be that 5th one where we wouldn't have him in the top 5. But
who is your top 4?
Winning, he's going to make that argument even tougher where we have to put him in there. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen Jackson. Just those 4. So I gotta move that 5th up. But like the Hurts is right. He's definitely in that 6 to 10.
That's solid. I can see that. Dave, is he top 5, bro?
He's not a top 5.
And that's coming from an Eagles fan, Nicole. An Eagles fan. An Eagles fan.
He's not a top 5 quarterback because a lot of times when we try to pass a lot, we don't have the same success as we do when we run the football. And I know he's not a consistent passer, so when we do that, the offense is not the same. And if you look at it, every time he has his his best weapon, which is AJ Brown, is out, he doesn't look the same. So if you're really in that top 5, if one of your weapons goes out, your major part of your weapons goes out, you still would look the same. And when that happens, he doesn't look the same. I think a lot of times he's not consistent. Um, the only time he's consistent is in big games. When it's a big game, he will show up. But if it's not a big game, it's kind of like 50-50. He doesn't show up all the time. That's why I wouldn't consider him top 5.
That's solid. I respect that, David. You an Eagles fan, so
Mhm.
you speaking facts. Smooth. Is he top 5?
I don't know. I think I always have this problem when people are talking about quarterbacks and they mention who the quarterback has on their team. And they'll kind of like punish them for having weapons on their team. And they'll say, oh, he's not a good quarterback because he has great receivers and he has a great running back. That doesn't necessarily mean equate to winning when you have weapons on your team. You can have a lot of weapons. You can be what's Buddy's name, man? What's Buddy's name on
You
the
just saying
Lions? What's
Oh, you
Buddy's
talking
name on the
about
Lions?
Jared Goff?
You can be Jared
Jared
Goff
Goff.
and have all the weapons in the world and still not be good. But I think that it's arguable. I'm not saying that he is top 5, but it's definitely arguable because I think those top 4 slots are cemented. You're not getting past Pat, you're not getting past Josh, Lamar, or Joe Burrow. But those next few slots in the top 10, they kind of, to me, they seem a little interchangeable because of inconsistencies in all the quarterback play in those next 6. So I wouldn't necessarily say that he's top 10, but I think an argument can be made, especially because of how he performs in big games. You know, in both Super Bowls, he did better than Pat Mahomes, and he didn't win both of them, but he performed when the lights were bright. So I don't think he should necessarily be punished for having weapons, but he does perform. He does perform when he needs to, and I think that's the argument that can be made to throw him in there. Of course, people can say, well, you got Jaden Daniels did great last year, but that was just one year. You know, some people, I don't know, many people, a lot of people say Justin Herbert. They always throw his name in there because he's so talented, but he's not very consistent. He doesn't really perform in good games. It's a lot of names that you can throw in there, but he's the one that wins. So, you know, if I wouldn't put Jalen Hurts in that number 5 slot, now this is only for argument because the pride in me will never say Jalen Hurts, but I can't argue with his performance and what he does. But if I had to pick somebody to put in that number 5 slot, if it's not Hurts, I'd probably throw Stafford in there or something.
Mhm.
You know.
Would you, Chris? Would you say that Jalen Hurts is consistent only in big games, or is he consistent throughout the whole year?
I'll be honest with you, man. If you're consistent in big games, that's all I want from you.
Mhm.
That's it.
But
That's it.
when you want him to be consistent all around, in order
Now I
to
want
put him in the top 5.
I want him to win big games. That's what I want. I just like winning. I like winning. I don't really
So
care if
do
he.
you think winning is a quarterback stat?
At the end of the day, it is. It made Jimmy G look a whole lot better than he actually was because he was winning. But the Eagles winning is has a lot to do with Jalen Hurts. A lot, a whole lot. You can't just say that the team is carrying him. He's making the important decisions. You know, and they're leaning on him. So, I think it's an argument to be made. Even if he's not consistent in bad games, I mean, the big game is what counts. Or you can be Dak Prescott and be great in meaningless games and horrible in the big game.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I mean,
I would say this: in order for the reason why I don't put him in top 5 because he's not consistent.
Would y'all say Jalen Hurts is better than Baker Mayfield right now?
Baker Mayfield?
Right now.
Right now, I would take Baker Mayfield over Jalen Hurts.
We ain't talking about, we just saying who's better. Who would you rather have right now?
I'll take Jalen Hurts.
I'll take Baker.
Yeah. Jay, Smooth, you said you wouldn't take him over. But he did whoop Detroit though in the playoffs. I know that was his first year.
Okay, let me ask this question then, Chris. If he doesn't look the same without his major weapon, would you still consider him to be top 5, or move him up or down? I mean, move him down.
Yeah, I would. I'll move him if he doesn't win. If he can't contribute to winning without his weapons, then yeah, he needs to be moved. But I think you asked me earlier if I think winning is a quarterback stat. I think with as many times as they touch the football, yeah, it should be. It should be. I know there's some weird circumstances to where, mediocre quarterbacks, look great. But at the end of the day, if the ball's in your hands and you have to make all those important decisions, not just that, but just the way that he performs, I think leads his team to win. I'm not saying he's top 5, but it's an argument that could be made.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's situational, like you said. I mean, we all know Patrick Mahomes when he has weapons. We know what he can do. What he can do. When he don't have weapons, we know what he can do. We've seen it. So
yeah, I think what Jalen's problem is we don't know how good he is because of all the weapons.
All the weapons, yeah. That's my thing. It's just like your boy in San Francisco, Smooth. We're gonna see what he like this year. Okay.
I think he did pretty good last year for what he was working with. I like.
Yeah. Yeah. He good, but we're gonna definitely see now. No more Debo. He's gone. Ayuk is out for like 6 weeks. Yep. So you got Ricky Pearsall and Rashard Jennings. They're not big name guys, but you got Christian McCaffrey. You still got George Kittle. I forgot about Kittle. Yep. But they all contingency on health. We know CMC's health and Kittle's up and down, but he doesn't have the talent that he had a few years ago when he went to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about Brock Purdy. Mm-hmm. But we know what he can do with talent. But now what I'm saying, this year we definitely gonna see what he's about. He just got paid. So we definitely gonna see what he's about this year, what he can do with lesser talent. We haven't seen that with Jalen Hurts. So that's how
I think the key is, a lot of people fall into the hype of I guess the media and people thinking that you have to look a certain way to be a successful quarterback, when really all the success will come if you win. So that's why I respect Jalen Hurts' game, because he doesn't really fall into all the hype. Oh, I got to get 300 yards. I got to rush for this many yards in order to stay in that conversation. You win, and you in the conversation. And so I think, and Brock Purdy's in the same boat, a quarterback with a lot of weapons. But he even admitted it himself. He was trying to do too much last year. If you already got a coach that has a scheme, follow the coach. There's going to be some situations where you got to, make the decision as a quarterback. But for the most part, you don't really have to stray too far away from the game plan. And so that's why, I respect Jalen's game, and I think if Brock does the same thing, they'll have the same kind of success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the. I want this comment here from Art. He said, "Without AJ, Saquon Hurts was a playoff quarterback. With them, he's a Super Bowl quarterback." Yeah, but
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, he in that playoff game, he did not look good against Tampa Bay. That first playoff game, he did not look good.
yeah.
And
I
plus,
was gonna say,
he played Tampa Bay again without AJ Brown, and what happened? He didn't look good. So you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that the fact that he didn't have his weapons and he didn't look good both times in both playoff games. So
I think Art's comment of that's what's going to keep that argument going in terms of whether or not he's top 5, because he literally just does what he needs to do. He just wins.
Say that again.
And we know Dak Prescott. We know Dak Prescott been in the playoffs too a few times, but we ain't gonna say he top 5.
Nope.
Yeah. So his second year in the league, first year as a full-time starter, he didn't have weapons. He has kind of made the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, with the weapons, yeah. But will there ever be a time where we see him without it? I mean, that would be the thing. Like, what if AJ Brown hamstring, bothers him throughout the whole year, or Devontae Smith, he gets hurt because he's very injury prone too. Then it's like, all right, what you gonna do now? So that's just how I look at it. He ain't a bad quarterback. I mean, he does well. But I don't even know, when did he throw for 4,000 yards, or has it been at least one time?
I think he did that in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Look it up. I'm not sure.
Let me see. So he has never thrown for over 4,000 yards.
He's been close by 38.
The closest he's got, like Drew said, was 38,000. That was in 2023.
Yeah.
So,
and how many picks he had that year? He had like 15 picks.
He had 15 picks in 2023.
Yeah.
He's never had over 4,000 yards passing. I mean,
with them weapons, you should at least have one.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. No wonder AJ Brown be reading books.
It's too many weapons and only one football, man. And then you got.
Hey, come on, don't do that, Chris. Don't do that, Chris. Don't do that. Last year, that man had 3,900 yards. He didn't even pass for 3,000 yards last year.
Well, your running back almost ran for 2,000. It's only so much you could do.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think Saquon's going to get the load he did last year.
No, he ain't getting that.
Which is going to put Hurts in more opportunities for him to throw the ball. So I'll just say that. I'll leave that there. Good points, though, y'all. Good points.
This year, we're going to see what he can throw in the football, because we're playing a lot better teams this year. So.
Absolutely. All right, fellas. So last question for tonight. This is going to be a good one, too. Which QB would you say can dethrone Patrick Mahomes in the AFC? Lamar, Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow? David, I'll start with you on this one. Out of them 3 quarterbacks in the AFC, who do you think can take Pat out?
I think it's Josh Allen. I think it's Josh Allen. I think it's Josh Allen because Josh Allen is the one that's been the closest.
What?
Well, not Josh Allen's been the one that's been closest, but Joe Burrow already beat him. But I think that Josh Allen, because he's always right there. And I think the fact that a lot of times, he put his team in position, and a lot of times they don't go through the 15 seconds. them missing that field goal, and then last year his tight end dropping the ball. I just think that I'm not confident with Lamar because he hasn't shown me that he can be himself in the playoffs. And I don't think Joe Burrow, because that defense is terrible, and I don't think they will make the playoffs this year.
Okay. Smooth.
Shoot, man. You said Lamar, Joe,
Lamar.
or Josh.
Joe. Yep. Who you got?
I think that
taking them out?
I think that pool is too small. I think you got to add one more in there that I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Justin. I'm gonna pick Justin. I'm not saying that those other four ain't talented, but at the end of the day, I think it's all about defense and whose defense is gonna play better in the playoffs. And I feel like Mahomes has just seen those defenses so many times. Of course, he's seen the Chargers probably the same amount of times, but maybe not with this much, I guess, success in the playoffs. So he sees them during the year. So I would give Justin Herbert a shot, man. He's got the talent. Now he's got a head coach that used to be a quarterback that can get to that level, that can coach at that high level in playoff games, unlike the one he had before, who helped him give up a 4-touchdown lead in the playoffs. Now you actually have a viable shot, to go up against Pat Mahomes, and this is also a divisional rival too. So, you got more notes on Pat Mahomes. You got more shots at Pat Mahomes than the other guys do. So, I'm gonna go with Justin.
Justin Herbert. Okay. David had Allen.
Josh. I had Josh.
Andrew. Who you got?
I don't trust Buffalo, and I think what's going on there in Buffalo is a coaching issue. And I think David, you alluded to the second game. That was their best shot at getting Kansas City, and that may be McDermott's downfall. In fact, he should be on the hot seat this year because they've had a number of cracks at Kansas City, even having a playoff game in their own building and blew that one too. So that coaching issue there, and of course there's some plays that Josh didn't make, as well. But the only quarterback that probably scares me in terms of when you go up against Mahomes, and we've talked about this when he's not on here, Steve, is Burrow. He's accurate. He does not fear Mahomes at all. We've seen that team go in there in Arrowhead and beat Kansas City. Now, my pushback only to that is Cincinnati didn't finish the job. So, beating Mahomes is one thing, but if you beat Mahomes in the AFC, if it were to happen this year, if it was Allen, Herbert, whoever, they have to finish the job. You can't pass the Chiefs and then lose after that. You have to finish the job because those opportunities are not going to come a whole lot. So, probably out of the quarterbacks that scare me is Burrow because he's accurate. He's not fearful of the opposition. And with Baltimore, there's always some element missing with why they're always coming up short against Kansas City. Buffalo already went into them. So, again, I know Cincinnati, their defense is suspect, but just the quarterback on the other side who doesn't turn the ball over, So I think he has the best shot. We think they have different firepower on offense. The others are good too, but we've just seen Allen and Jackson come up short way too many times against the Chiefs.
Art, that's far. That's far.
Oh, come on, no.
DJ Stroud does not have a better chance than Herbert Allen.
I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with that.
Don't do that. No, don't.
That offensive line is terrible.
We gotta get Art on the show.
Yeah, he's on the show next time. Yeah,
Art's on
I
fire
don't,
tonight.
I don't agree with that one.
I don't agree with that
one.
either.
So this is how I look at it. Oh, he said that's my point. But this is my list. I got Joe Burrow number 1. I feel like Joe Burrow is the closest one out of them 3 that can take Mahomes out. Now I know the defense; he don't have a good defense, but Mahomes, he has some decent defenses over the years. But right now, the defense he got right now, it's probably not as good as the one he had previous years. And so if they play right now, I feel like Joe Burrow can get him because he has a better offense, and I don't think Mahomes is going to be putting up enough points this year, in my opinion, unless they make a big trade for a receiver. But currently, I don't see it. Joe Burrow doesn't fear Patrick Mahomes. I feel like Josh Allen kind of fears Mahomes a little bit. He hasn't won in the postseason against Mahomes. He's never won against him. Lamar is my second one. Now, when they played a few years ago, if y'all remember, we did an episode on that. And I said Lamar stunk it up. He played horrible, But I went back and watched that game last year when they played them. It was a lot of opportunities Lamar had in that game where he could have used his legs. I think y'all agree with me on that one. But Nicole said Joe is the only one proven to beat Mahomes when the lights are the brightest. Facts. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I agree. Josh fears Mahomes. Lamar fears his offense versus Mahomes. I don't know. But that's just my thing on that. I just don't think Josh Allen is the guy to take him out. It's Joe Burrow to me. It's Joe, Lamar, then Josh. That's how I would rank that. Because we know every time Joe Burrow plays Mahomes, it's always a close game. Always a close game. And it's always something where it's like the defense has to stop either one of them or it's a mistake, but it's never like Joe Burrow comes in there and he just stinks it up. It's never like that. And it don't matter where he plays. He can go to Arrowhead or he can stay at his house. It don't matter. So Joe just needs to get back to the postseason and he needs to be healthy. So but that's my take on that.
I don't think they're gonna get to the postseason. I think that defense is that bad.
So you don't think they're gonna get back this year?
I just think that defense is just terrible. Because remember the numbers he put up. He put up like 4,500, 44 touchdowns, and he didn't have that many turnovers, like 9 touchdowns, and he still didn't make the playoffs. It's not like he had a lot of turnovers, and he had to play perfect in order for him to get.
Yeah. Could that be another coaching situation there in Cincinnati? Since you mentioned them, right?
That'd be another what? Andrew, what you said?
But I mentioned about Buffalo and the coaching there. I think Cincinnati should be talked about too in regards to coaching because Zach Taylor, they've had some chances too. Do you think he would be the one that would take them to that next step? That's going to be interesting too.
I don't necessarily say it's Zach Taylor's fault. A lot of people say it's the personnel and it's not coaching. So, and plus, they really, once they paid all their main players, they had to get rid of a lot of their defenders.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
and you also got to think the division they in too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm. I just think that, like I'm saying, it's. I just can't see Josh Allen, man. I think Josh Allen mentally is defeated. I mean, because what else? Because he's tried everything. I mean, it seemed like he just
Yeah. He was clutch that first game. It's just his defense
yeah,
let him down.
yeah.
His
Art
defense let him
said
down.
Burrow is elite. The Eagles are a trash organization. I agree on that.
Replace
Yep.
the word trash with cheap, even though they just paid Chase and Higgins. Burrow.
Yeah. The owner is very selfish though. He don't like to pay his guys. Shoot. They just paid they still didn't pay Trey Henderson, I don't think.
No, they just gave him a $14
Let's
million
give him some money.
raise. That's it.
Yeah.
They didn't really
pay him.
extend him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mhm.
But we're gonna definitely see though, y'all. It's
I got a
long
quick question
season.
for y'all. Why do y'all think Lamar Jackson has a better chance than Josh Allen as far as getting when we haven't seen him from him perform in the way he should?
You said why?
Why would you
Said-
consider
said-
Lamar Jackson have a better chance when he hasn't performed the same way as he does in the regular season in the playoffs?
Well, I think Lamar when he played, like I said a few years ago, when he played Mahomes in that game, I felt like he had a lot of opportunities to do a lot better. He just didn't run the ball. We know Lamar strongest suit is his running ability. We know that. But to me, I felt like Lamar at times kind of overthinks sometimes, or he does a little bit too much where he can just play your game like he does in the regular season. And that to me, we can see a different Lamar. But that's just what I think, while we haven't seen that much success from him. But we got to also see him too. We want to see him and Mahomes in them championship games, but we haven't seen that yet, but one time so far. So I want to see more of that, not just the regular season, but in the playoffs and the clutch. I definitely want to see him and Mahomes go at it again. But that's just me though. What y'all feel about that?
I agree with what you said about with Lamar. I do think they need to run more. Like the game you're referring to was the AFC Championship game, where they was that the one you're referring to?
Say it again.
You were talking before about Lamar and if it's the same game you're thinking of in the playoffs, I think the Ravens passed more than they should have. They stuck more to the run. I'm not sure if that's because they feel they have, Lamar because he has to measure Mahomes, he has to kind of be on that same level. But they just need to stick to their game, which is running the football and ball control.
I think they last playoff game, I think they did a pretty good job of running. When they played Buffalo, I think they did a pretty good job of balancing it out. I just think that the turnover killed them.
So that game was fine. Mm-hmm.
As far as that, because the first half, Lamar Jackson didn't play well, and then that second half he played well, but Mark Andrews messed it up in that second half.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Smooth, what you think on that?
I feel like they keep missing their opportunities, and the Kansas City defense just has like the perfect defensive schemes for Josh and for Lamar. I think they have similar playing styles. I think Josh makes better decisions slightly. I think he's more poised than Lamar, but still, it's like Kansas City's defense has the perfect scheme against both of those guys. Just enough to keep the game within reach so that Pat Mahomes can strike. I feel like if any of those quarterbacks any of those teams could just find a way to control the play clock and get the ball out of Mahomes' hands, at the end of the game. That's the key to success. You know, it just seems like every time they play, Mahomes has the ball at the end of the game with like a minute left. And he knows how to move the play clock. We just need somebody who has that Eli Manning spirit within him. They're not really they're I feel like Eli, was too dumb to be afraid of the moment. He wasn't really concerned about, okay, I'm going against the GOAT. I gotta be perfect. The defense played their game and he put his team in position. He made enough plays for his team to win. So, I feel like Joe has that same, like, I'm not really as afraid of my opponent.
You got some people from up that way, so be careful.
I'm from New York. I'm from New York, so I know firsthand.
Sore spot with Eli Manning.
I know firsthand. I would see Eli get up from the turf with like his helmet facing the other way, and then just hike the ball and throw it like nothing ever happened. So we need like these quarterbacks to have short memories and not be afraid of the moment. I don't think Joe was afraid of the moment. If I had to pick one of those three, I will pick Joe. I personally think that the Chargers are going to upset him. I don't think the Chargers are even going to see him in the conference championships. They might see him even earlier than that because I don't think they're going to be as high of a seed. But I think if the Chargers do see the Chiefs in the playoffs, that they're going to upset them. That's better.
Justin Herbert hasn't been good in the playoffs either.
Yeah, but I think things are different this year, so I think things are going to turn around. And I think like Dave said earlier that the whole division opponent thing is a real thing. When you see them so often, it's a little different. Your team has a little different confidence, going up against.
Yeah. We haven't seen enough of Herbert in the playoffs either. I know he blew that lead against the Jaguars.
And then last year, that was a stinker.
Yeah. So I definitely want to see a lot more from him because what we saw yesterday, he definitely looked good.
He looked completely different. Like
Yes, he does.
It's like he got a different mindset now.
Yeah, man. Even he was running the ball. I ain't never seen that from him like that on that type. Just aggressive, his running style. I mean, everything. So, but I definitely agree. And y'all know Lamar only played Mahomes one time in the playoffs. I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
But
he looked the same way.
Go ahead.
I was saying he looked the same way he looked when he played him in the regular season.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because he's 1-4 in the regular season against him. So, but we're gonna see. Like I said, I really do feel that if Lamar just sometimes, like I said, just cut the turnovers down, man, and play like you play in the regular season. Don't be trying to, act like you, because he's not a pocket passer. We know that. Lamar is a little bit everything. He runs the ball, passes. And sometimes I feel like he does a little bit too much, where he can just play his game and let the defense make the adjustments because they can't stop him.
And I was having a conversation with.
Why you gotta bring that up, man? Why you bringing that up? Why you bringing this up, man? Why you gotta do this to me? See, I'm sorry to like you. Now I'm happy. Don't ever come back on this podcast again. That's all. I'm done.
Oh man.
I was just kidding.
Oh man.
You gotta bring that up, man. You gotta bring that up, man.
Yeah,
we might have to get Art on the show tonight.
Man, I need. He definitely come later on though.
Oh man, me and Bryson was having a conversation about Lamar, and he said the same thing. Cody, he said He said that Lamar he sees Lamar thinking too much and trying to do too much instead of just letting the game come to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we know how big of a Lamar fan Bryson is.
When did he say that? Is he on? Is he on? Or he texted you personally?
No, we talked like a couple days ago.
Oh, y'all. Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get him on too. But I'm just looking at the comments. What Nicole said, Herbert has to keep it going, otherwise Chargers gonna charge. Yeah, man. Art, man, you ain't gotta bring that up, bro. You ain't gotta do that, man. I'm still taking therapy classes over that lawsuit.
Yeah, the sore spot.
Yeah, not over that.
Yeah, that cut deep.
Well, that's why I said, man. That's why, yeah, it's painful memories. Yes, it is. Very painful memories. Very painful memories.
Ooh, Nicole just had to add salt to the wound there.
Yeah, make it sting for real.
Yeah,
I was just doing good too. I had to bring that up. But yeah. Y'all, just a side point. I never seen that Super Bowl loss though.
Me either.
You said you never seen what?
It come on TV sometimes. I don't even watch it. I never seen it.
Hey, why would you? Why would you?
Right, why would you? Yeah.
I've never seen it. I never. Some people like to watch film to dissect it. Like, oh, what can we do?
That's true. Yeah.
I ain't did none of that. I ain't watching that. It makes me mad.
I can't.
Hey, I didn't watch that Chiefs. I didn't watch that first Chiefs Super Bowl again.
I didn't watch either one of them.
You can watch it again. Can you hear me, David?
You say what?
You said you can watch the Super Bowl again?
I said no. I didn't watch that first one again.
That
first Chiefs game.
Oh, the first one.
That was
but y'all wasn't up 28. That was
so heartbreaking, bro. We had them.
But y'all wasn't up 28-3 though.
It wasn't, but it was still hurt.
Yeah.
Well, you got Mike Shanahan to thank for that.
I think it's
Shanahan.
Here we go.
See, 2 years ago, right.
Here we go.
Classic Shanahan game.
What's up, hey Chris? What's up with Shanahan not running the ball in the second half?
Hey man, hey y'all
running the ball in the second half.
Y'all might have to block Art, man.
Hey man, I'm definitely thinking about it. Hey, I can't get him back. He old wounds, man. Bringing up old wounds.
Oh my God, great.
Yeah, Shanahan did it in DC, Atlanta, and down. Yep.
Yeah.
What are you doing in DC?
Nothing.
Oh,
that's the point. Yeah.
Was he in DC when they had RG3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was there.
That rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
Was he an offensive coordinator? Or what?
I think he was.
Or his pop?
Yeah,
I think his pop was a head coach.
No, his pop was a head coach. I think it was Gruden. John Gruden. Is it John?
No, it was Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden.
Yeah, his younger brother. Yeah. Yeah, he ran RG3 in the ground. Yeah,
no, that organization did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He should never came
RG3
came
back
back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was, man. Yo, when we lost that Super Bowl, man, I wanted to catch Shanahan on the street so bad. I wanted to look for him. I wanted to look for him, boy.
Hey, you're gonna get in trouble that day, huh?
I think the whole city felt like that.
You're probably not the only one either, man.
Man.
Yeah, the city was down bad. The
You know,
energy
I
low.
fought Matt Ryan too, though. On that last play because I'm like, yo, you a vet. Like Shanahan called, a passing play. You could have just said, "No, we're gonna run this."
Yeah, audible to a
Or at least
run.
audible or something. Yeah,
Once
I'm like,
Julio-
man,
Once Julio caught that pass, y'all should have been running the football.
Yeah, that played
the
Julio.
game was
Jones
over.
in the game.
Bro, that was one.
Yeah.
I could be biased, but that was like the best catch I've seen in probably in Super Bowl history. Shoot. Because if you go back and watch it, to be honest with you, that was probably one of the best throws ever. Because Matt Ryan actually put that on right on the money where he can catch it, right where he could catch it. And I mean, and after that, all you had to do was run the ball, run the clock out. Yeah, Art. Yeah, I see what you want, man. I see what you want. Yep. Yeah. I tell
No,
you.
that's not real suffering. Nice try, Art. Try being a Jets fan. And those are the three
man.
coaches he mentions there. No,
That's all you can do is laugh. I know it.
I can give you some coaches.
Gotta laugh, keep from crying. I tell you. Well, fellas, I think that's gonna do it for tonight, y'all. This was fun. I appreciate y'all coming on as usual. We ain't done this in a long time, but I think it's gonna be the start of something to come. So let's keep it going. I think everybody enjoyed the show tonight. I appreciate everybody that was tuning in. Definitely, Art, if you want to be on the show, Andrew, I'm guessing you know him, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to get on the show, man, let him know. Love to have him on. And that goes for anybody, who's watching and who will be watching this later on tonight or whatever. If y'all want to get on the show, just leave a comment and we'll get in contact with you.
Absolutely.
Because we love more people. We love their thoughts, the conversations we have, because that's what it's all about in the sports world. Just hearing everybody's opinion on different things. So, but this was fun tonight, fellas. Y'all got any closing remarks before we get up out of here? Smooth, I'll start with you.
I think we'll have one. Yeah.
I got a question, just a quick question. I wanted to know
Okay.
how far does everybody think their team is going to get this year? Jet fans, Falcons fans, Eagles fans. I can start. I can start.
We're going to the playoffs.
I like that.
I'm gonna put it out there. We're going to the playoffs. And y'all was talking about who the best running back in the league. Go look number 7 for the Falcons. I'm just gonna say that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. One
Y'all
seat.
know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Anytime, man. Anytime, Art. What David? What y'all gonna do?
I think Niners going to the conference championship.
What?
That's as far as I can see.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Why would you think otherwise?
Come on, man. The conference championship.
I could have said
Wow,
Super Bowl.
that's quite a leap.
You crazy?
Y'all gotta get to the playoffs.
You gotta get past the Cardinals first.
Come on, don't do that.
Y'all gotta get past the midget over there. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. That's right.
He don't watch film.
Yeah.
As for the Jets, how far do I think they'll go?
Right. I'm with Art on this one.
That's
The
what you need
Niners
to know.
and team saying the same thing.
Hey, I could have said a Super Bowl, but I was humble about it.
Oh, that was being humble. That was being humble.
Pats will be back in the playoffs. Don't sleep on Great May.
No, the Pats and
I don't know
my
about-
team will be fighting for
I
last.
don't know about the playoffs.
in the division.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this though, I do think Drake May gonna have a good year. I don't think they gonna make the playoffs though.
Yeah.
Because Buffalo, yeah. And who else in the division? Miami,
Buffalo.
New York.
In New York.
Oh, the Jets.
Jets.
Oh, Drew, what y'all gonna do, man? Ooh, wait.
What we gonna
Justin
do?
Fields gonna...
Just that.
Yeah.
Oh,
glad
man.
you be honest. Glad you be honest.
What you think about them getting Justin Fields?
I'm gonna say every season. I'll watch anyway. Let's see what Coach Glenn has up his sleeve this year.
Oh, I think we going back to the
man.
Boy.
I
You
think
say y'all going back where?
What you said?
I think we going back to the bowl. That's if our defense get right.
No. That's a big if because I don't know, man. Because in the NFC, shoot, even in your division, though, David, the Washington ain't no joke.
They ain't.
I don't know. I don't like giving Washington too much credit. And they had one good year.
I don't know, man. Because I don't think Jaden Daniels is a fluke, man. I think he's a real deal. And Debo, that's kind of like an underrated move, you know, because if Debo stay healthy, I feel like the offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, he gonna scheme up some plays for him.
You have to.
Yeah.
Get Debo the ball, man.
And he's not the number one option, so.
Nah, he not. And that's good for him. Too many weird things will happen in case he will end up back in the bowl.
Art not lying there.
Hey, that Texans game was.
Well, you know what?
Kelsey's engaged now.
You know what? That's what I was just going to say. Y'all want to know something? They will get back to the Super Bowl only on one condition. That's if Roger Goodell come out and said Taylor Swift will perform at the halftime of the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
you
do
ain't
that. Casey will be back. Casey.
I don't think they're gonna do that because I don't think nobody want to see Taylor Swift perform at a halftime show, man.
No. That'd be the worst halftime show ever.
Oh no, Taylor Swift is performing at the halftime show. I'll be shocked if somebody else.
Art said Taylor's in the halftime show. Kidding.
Nah. Please.
Hey, man, if that happens, I'm telling you, they gonna be back. And then watch, Kelsey gonna propose. No, they already engaged.
They gonna get married. They gonna get married during halftime.
Yeah, they gonna get married right on right on the field. Kelsey gonna come in the tux real quick. Oh man.
Yes,
right.
Yeah,
I agree on that. Yeah. It's being rumor reported. I hope it's not gonna happen though. I hope it. Now I need Jay-Z to go ahead and interfere with that big time.
You know that's gonna bring him in a lot of money though. If she's performing at halftime.
Yeah. It's gonna definitely bring in a lot of money. Yeah. He said I would play the Prince halftime show. Right. That or Michael Jackson. Right. Shoot. I'd rather watch The Weeknd, and that was horrible.
Oh man.
I'd rather watch it. I didn't like his halftime show. I'd rather watch it. Taylor Swift. Man, you better not do nothing like that, I tell you. But yeah, anything else though, y'all, before we get up out of here for tonight? Y'all good? Well, I appreciate y'all once again coming on. And for those that are watching, make sure y'all subscribe, like the video. Appreciate the support, and tune in to another episode real soon. And that's gonna end it, fellas. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for the
All right.
comments, everybody.
All right, y'all.